Alhamdulillah alladhi ja'ala akhir Ramadan 'aidan. Praises, glorifications are due to Allah that designed end of Ramadan to be a festival. وقال, and he says, وَلْتُكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةَ وَلْتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. Complete the numbers of days of fasting, exalt the name of Allah upon His guidance on you, so that you can be grateful to Him, Allah. نَحْمَدُهُ وَنَسْتَعِينُهُ. We praise Him, we seek His help and His support and His assistance. وَنَسْتَهْدِي. We seek His guidance. وَنَشْكُرُهُ. We thank Him. We demonstrate our gratitude to Him. عَلَى كُلِّ نِعْمَةٍ مِّن نِعَمِهِ عَلَيْنَا. Upon His favor upon us. الظاهر والباطنة, the known and unknown, the in and out, the secret and the open favor of Allah upon us. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. We bear witness in the oneness of Allah and testify that there is no deity worthy of worship other than Him. لا شريك له. He has no associate, nor does He have a partner. وأن سيدنا وحبيبنا وعظيمنا وعظيم القدر عندنا وقدوة الحسن ووسيلتنا إلى ربنا محمدا عبده ورسوله. In the same degree, in the same vein, bear witness that our master, our leader, our most beloved one, the greatest one in our midst, and our role model, our intermediary, the middleman between us and our Creator, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, remains and will ever remain a great servant and a great messenger of Allah. Allahumma salli ala mishkati jasmihi, Allahumma salli ala zujajati aqlihi, Allahumma salli ala misbah qalbihi, Allahumma salli ala kawkab sirrihi, اللهم صل على الباهي الأبهى المنقوطة بصيغة الأصفى. اللهم صل على ألف الأولى في حضرة الأعلى واللام الأزلي في اللام الجلي والهاء الهوية في حضرة الإلهية سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. All these aforementioned salat are specially made from special people during their special connection with Allah at most special time to the special being. It is only the special that can understand. Ameen. Amma ba'd. Faya ibadallah, honorable servant of Allah, usikum wa nafsi bi taqwallah. I wish to admonish you and my humble self with the fear of Allah. The sirri wal alan, in the secret and in the open. فَإِنَّهُ رَبَّ الْعِبَادَةِ. He of course is the Lord of His servant. وَلَا يَقْبَلُ اللَّهُ عِبَادَةَ إِلَّا مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not welcome or accept any form of ibadah except from those who are pious, who are actually conscious of Him. عباد الله، وخطبة اليوم تعالج كيفية إخراج الزكاة الفطر. We are going to be looking on this minbar today, in this khutbah of ours as usual, how to pay Zakatul-Fitr, how to observe Zakatul-Fitr, وَمَتَى تُخْرَجْ, when are we to pay it? Waliman, who do we pay it to? Wabima, with what do we pay it? Wafawaidaha, and the benefits accrued in the Zakat al-Fitr. Wakadhalik, on this same khutbah, Adabu Eid al-Fitri wa ma yata'allaq bih. We are still going to briefly mention the ethics of Eid al-Fitr, Salah, the ethics of Salah, what and what are you expected to observe, to do, to achieve on Salah day before going to the Eid ground? Why going? Why on the Eid ground? Why coming back? Are some of the things we are going to quickly look at in another 35 minutes, inshallah. فَيَا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ الْأَبْرَارِ, honorable servants of Allah, the righteous ones, لا تتكاسلوا عن انشغال بكل أنواع العبادة في العشر الأخير من رمضان ليلها ونهارها. Do not be lazy. Do not be discouraged to build up the more, to double up your effort of act of devotions, act of ibadah, act of righteousness in these last 10 days of Ramadan, both day and night of the remaining days of Ramadan. And of course, 26 days is gone. Like joke, we are left with only 4 days. وَمَنْ أَدْرَكَ ذَلِكَ الْوَقْتِ الْمَكْفِي فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. Whoever is able to be lucky enough to live to see the last 10 days of Ramadan and is able to engage him or herself with different kind of ibadah, the sunnatic one and the recommended one, and such a person has really succeeded and will greatly benefit from the last 10 days of Ramadan. فَيَا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ, honorable servant of Allah, فَزَكَاةُ الْفِطْرِ صَدَقَةٌ وَاجِبَةٌ. Zakatul-Fitr is a compulsory charity that you must give out. It is compulsory. Who made it compulsory? The Holy Prophet Muhammad. And whatever Rasulullah made compulsory, it becomes compulsory from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. معروفة المقدار يقدمها المسلم لفطره من رمضان وأضيفت الزكاة إلى الفطر من إضافة شيء إلى سببه. We know what we give out. It has measures, it has rules and regulation that is required of every Muslim during his ending of fasting or completion of fasting in the month of Ramadan. And it is attached, this is actually attached to the observation of certain things to the needy after the completion of fasting in the month of Ramadan. And the root cause of it is because we are completing fasting in the month of Ramadan. لأن الفطر من رمضان هو سبب وجوبها. Because we are completing fasting in the month of Ramadan, cause it to become compulsory. Because it is an emphatical and compulsory sunnah of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فزكاة الفطر لها خصوصية في من تجب عليه من المسلمين. Zakatul-Fitr has its own special rules. It is a little bit different from the normal zakat that is known as one of the pillars of Islam that is expected of some Muslim. فَيَا لَا تَجِبْ عَلَى الْمُكَلَّفِ فَقَطْ بَلْ تَجِبْ زَكَاةَ الْفِطْرِ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ حُرٍّ أَوْ عَبْدٍ أَوْ رَجُلٍ أَوْ امْرَأَةٍ. This kind of zakat we are talking about, it's not only compulsory on the mature Muslims, but it is compulsory on both male and female, young and old, free and slave. والدليل على ذلك حديث ابن عمر في الصحيحين. The evidence of this will be derived from the hadith of the son of Umar from Bukhari wa Muslim that says فرض رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم زكاة الفطر من رمضان على كل نفس من المسلمين حر أو عبد. That the Holy Prophet Muhammad made Zakatul-Fitr compulsory on every Muslim, slave or free man, male or female, old or young. ومن خصوصية أحكام زكاة الفطر أنها لا تجب على المسلم فقط في نفسه بل تجب عليه في النفس وعن كل من يعول مما تلزمه نفقاتهم. Zakat al-Fitr is not compulsory all alone on you as a mature man, as head of the family, but it becomes compulsory upon you and everyone under you. Everyone that depends on you, everyone that you spend upon, that Zakat al-Fitr becomes compulsory upon you. Whoever is feeding under you, under your roof, must pay zakat through you. That is it. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله عنه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فرض زكاة الفطر على الحر والعبد والذكر والأنثى مما تمنون. Zakatul Fitr is made compulsory for everyone, for all and sundry. As simple as that, Zakatul Fitr is made compulsory by the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for all and sundry. Nizabu Zakatul Fitr, the quorum of Zakatul Fitr. Ibadallah, li Zakatul Fitr nisabun, walakinahu laysa mislu nisab zakat. Yes, Zakat al-Fitr has a particular quorum. But unlike the normal zakat that we observe, if يقدر نصابها بأن يملك المسلم قوتا زائدا عن قوته وقوت عياله يوم العيد وليلته. This is the nisab of Zakat al-Fitr. Very interesting. Normal zakat, we know currently that you can't pay zakat. At least zakat is about 2 million naira now. But the nisab for Zakat al-Fitr says that once you have what you are going to feed yourself with and your family for Salah day, throughout Salah day, then you have to pay zakat. And you have a little that remains. Out of that little that remains with you, after a whole day of feeding on Salah day, that little you have to use it to pay Zakat al-Fitr. It's not about being rich. No. It's like Zakat al-Fitr covers, let me say, maybe 70-80% of Muslims communities. Once you have, it means no matter the size of your family, if you have half bag of rice, you know the average size of a Muslim family ranges from 7, 8, 10, 12, and at most 20 like us. Like we Imam, at least some of us in my house where I left today, we are close to 20, alhamdulillah. So now what I'm trying to say now is, if you have any food in your immediate family that will feed that family for a whole Salah day, and you see how some remaining, you have to pay Zakat al-Fitr. You are to pay Zakat al-Fitr. وَمَنْ مَلَكَ مَا مِقْدَارُ صَاعًا مِنَ الطَّعَامِ زَائِدًا عَنْ حَاجَتِهِ يَوْمَ الْعِيدِ فَقَدْ مَلَكَ النِّصَابَ وَلِذَلِكَ لَا تَتَعَلَّقُ زَكَاةُ الْفِطْرِ بِالْأَغْنِيَاءِ فقط بل قد تجب على متوسط الحال والفقراء والمساكين طالما أنهم يملكون نصابا. Zakat al-Fitr does not stop on the rich one. Even the middlemen, the average Muslim families, average Muslim men and women who have what to eat for that day, even the poor ones. Somebody will say, I'm a poor man. Yes, even as a poor man, you have to pay zakat. And those to receive zakat are those who don't have anything to feed upon. Are the one to feed. Because if you have small food that can take you for 3 days, you have to pay zakat al-Fitr. What Sharia says, once you have what will feed yourself and your family for that day, and you have a little remaining, then you pay Zakatul-Fitr on that little one. So therefore, almost everyone is involved in the payment of Zakatul-Fitr. بما تخرج زكاة الفطر وما مقدارها. With what do you pay Zakatul-Fitr? يا عباد الله فمقدار زكاة الفطر هو صاع من قوت البلد الذي يأكله الناس ودليل على ذلك حديث ابن عمر وصحيح المسلم أنه قال. With what do you pay Zakatul-Fitr? We don't have to stress ourselves in this regard. Zakatul-Fitr is not new to us, except someone who is just embracing Islam today in this mosque will tell me he or she doesn't know anything about Zakatul-Fitr. In fact, those who are not Muslim know about Zakatul-Fitr. Those who are not Muslim. Islam is a very interesting religion. Don't be surprised. The Christian in your neighborhood can now recite Suratul-Fatiha, Suratul-Ikhlas, Birabil-Falaki, Birabil, because they listen to the recitation every now and then. Unconsciously, it is sinking in their memory. So when you come across a pastor, a Christian, who says, no be Fatiha, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamina, Ar-Rahmani Rahimi, Maliki Yawmiddin, like that, and you see a Christian reciting Suratul-Fatiha. And if Allah decides to illuminate his heart through that Fatiha, he will not sleep that day until he embraces Islam. So, it is a common thing, and this is based on the hadith of Umar again. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم زكاة الفطر صاع من تمر أو صاع من شعير على العبد والحر والذكر والأنثى والصغير والكبير من المسلمين وأمر بها أن تؤدى قبل خروج الناس إلى الصلاة. In summary, when you say tamar, tamar is date palms. That is the commonest food in the Arabia Peninsula. And that is the food known to them. That's the food they are used to. That is why Rasulullah recommended tamar for the people of that time. But here, if you hold tamar, it's just to, exercise your teeth here. It's not food here. You can't have, even if you have a bag of tamar, you say you have food, people will laugh at you. No, this is the thing I have already been saying. Will you now say because Rasulullah recommended tamar, and you want to pay your zakat with tamar, you won't use your common sense that is the common food to the Arabs. Tamar is not a common food here. When you see somebody holding tamar, it's either he fasted, he wants to break his fast, or he's just using it to masticate and to exercise his teeth and gum. It's not food here, but to them it's food. So you are expected to pay Zakatul-Fitr with common food in a given country, a given state, a given local government, a given community. And we all know it, that those kind of food are used. There is a measure of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. That is saw. And why do I have to stress myself? We don't know what saw it means. We have a smaller one. We have a bigger one. Saw is a bigger one here that has 4 of the smaller one in it. That is the one we use. If you go out after JUMMAT today, just move about this Utako, you find some people hawking with this saw. Because you know it is time for Muslim. It's almost time for Muslims to pay Zakatul-Fitr. You can easily get one, buy it, and use it to measure your own Zakatul-Fitr. So what we advise is, except it's not affordable to you, it is better you use rice. Better you use what? Rice. Except if rice is not affordable to you, then you can use millet, guinea corn, maize, gari, and what have you. These are our own tamar here. This is the real tamar that Rasulullah was actually referring to. Somebody will say, I want to follow Sunnah of Rasulullah, I want to be strict with the Sunnah of Rasulullah, I must give her tamar. You give her tamar, people will not accept it from you. Or they pick it and throw like 3 into their mouth and walk away. We thought you are doing sadaqah. How can you bring this one for me as Zakatul-Fitr? Because Rasulullah mentions Zakatul-Fitr, you use common sense to understand divine sense. That is exactly what we are saying. And it is expected of you, based on the Sunnah of Rasulullah, that you observe this before people start going out for Eid ground. It is important you do this. Now, You can do Zakatul-Fitr. Mata tukhraj Zakatul-Fitr. When do we observe Zakatul-Fitr? Everything has rules and regulations in Islam. Everything we do has rules and regulations. It's not by your own idea, but by laid down rules and regulations. Tukhraj Zakatul-Fitr ba'da kamali shahr Ramadan. We pay Zakatul-Fitr after completion of fasting in the month of Ramadan. وفي أول يوم من شوال وقبل صلاة العيد ومن أداها بعد الصلاة فلا يجزى لكن تعد زكاته صدقة من الصدقات. What marks or informs observation and payment of Zakatul-Fitr is completion of fasting in the month of Ramadan. So you are expected to pay Zakatul-Fitr possibly a day to Salah. It's allowed. In fact, some people say if you have enough, you can pay 2 days to Salah. You can pay at the eve of Salah. And at worst, as early as possible on Salah day. But for me and my Jama'ah here, don't pay on Salah day. At worst, pay on the eve of Salah. At least if we have to achieve what Rasulullah wanted us to achieve, then I will advise that you pay your zakat a day before Salah. Now, for example, you are giving out guinea corn on Salah day in the morning, around 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. Yeah, this is my Zakatul-Fitr. Alhamdulillah, Al-Kabra. He wasn't saying, no, go day. You only added to his problem. But what will he do with guinea corn and maize at that time? Somebody who has no penny with him. So what does he do with it? So we have to understand the philosophy behind every aspect of our religion, so I will be able to achieve it and at the same time achieve the reward therein. So if you must pay Zakatul-Fitr, pay it at the most right time. Anyone that pays Zakatul-Fitr before the Eid prayer, it will be accepted as Zakatul-Fitr. But if you pay it after the Eid prayer, even if you give 100 bags of rice, it will just be accepted as a normal charity from you. You won't get the reward of Zakatul-Fitr. What is the philosophy behind all this? Live and let others live. Be happy and make other people happy. Be comfortable and make others comfortable. Salah day, we want everything to be juicy in our respective families. So you try to observe it before Salah day. And I repeat, if you must pay Zakatul-Fitr, pay Zakatul-Fitr with rice. Or at worst, gari. You can drink gari. You can make teba. You can manage, somebody can beg for a wedu or whatever. Because I treat you see, walillah ilham. That is Zakatul-Fitr. And لمن تخرج زكاة الفطر تخرج زكاة الفطر للفقراء المساكين ودليل ذلك عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنه قال فرض رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم زكاة الفطر طورة للصائم من اللغو والرفث وتعمة للمساكين. You are to give your zakat, that is the beneficiary of Zakatul-Fitr. You have to give your Zakatul-Fitr to the poor ones, the needy. And here, I have 2 things to add to this. Number 1, monetization of Zakatul-Fitr. Monetization, it is allowed. It is allowed that you can monetize Zakatul-Fitr. Yes. There's nothing wrong about it. It is allowed. The consensus of ulama have agreed that you can monetize your own Zakatul-Fitr. If you are giving out, for example, a bag of rice, and we have up to 5 different kinds of rice here in Nigeria. Those who are given the responsibility of buying Ramadan packages for the Muslim Ummah, fear Allah. You know the good rice, and you know how much you are giving. They give you money to get good rice. You went and bought the one that is very cheap so that you can have more money in your pocket. The one full of sand and stones. Rice now. Let them just eat something, not to be hungry. Forget now. Which one be your own? Because this is what is happening. We have foreign rice. We have foreign. Then we have 3 to 4 categories of local rice. If we must encourage Nigeria to patronize locally produced food items, let's perfect it. Why should I be eating local rice with stone and sand every now and then? I would rather go for foreign. So if it must be local, and local rice is more nutritious, ibadallah. More nutritious, but let's separate sand and stones if you want me to patronize it. Otherwise, I'll go for foreign. Allah will not hold me responsible. How can I be masticating stone and sand inside local rice? And you want me to patronize local rice? Make it clean. And make it affordable and available. Now you can monetize your Zakatul-Fitr. If you are giving out a bag of rice of 75,000 naira, why not? You can give half bag and give 40,000 naira. This is half bag of rice. This is 40,000 naira. My dear brothers and sisters, you have made their lives for that salah. Everybody will be happy. Don't be surprised. Maybe it's about 2 years ago, they ate chicken in their family. But that salah, they will go for at least 1 to 2 chickens, which we call them like maybe for 12 to 14,000 naira. Out of 40,000 naira, they buy chepene and the rest of them. Salah will be so special in that family. As happy as they are, so Allah will make you happy. So you can monetize Zakatul-Fitr, and you can give them raw cash. Just calculate. When you measure it, if you know what you need to 250 soil, 50 sa for a month, 50 sa. If you give me a bag of rice, just give me 5 days. You don't finish. Allahu Akbar. So, if I want to calculate this, you know how much that would be. If one is giving about 2.5 bags of rice, I know that is getting to like 200,000 naira. And I identify like 4 families, and I start to give each family 50,000 naira. You have made it their salah. Let them go and buy anything. Because forget about what Sharia asks you to use to observe Zakatul-Fitr. But what is the reason, what is the purpose of Zakatul-Fitr is what we want to achieve. It's important we understand this to make everyone happy. And secondly, Islam believes in welfare. Welfarism. Welfare of everyone, and it's a message passed to all of us. Either with Ramadan or without Ramadan, extend your hands of gesture to other fellow Muslims, the neighbors around you. All the rich ones, your load is too heavy. Lighten it. Your loads, they are too heavy on you. Lighten it. If you die today, before you finish accountability, you may spend 2 months giving accountability of all your property, and you left them behind. Children and family are already lavishing it, and you are there giving account of all you acquired. So before you go, give it out. Free yourself so you feel light. Some of you are too heavy. Just look at the balance in your account. You are counting hundreds of millions, and people are hungry around you. You are not a good Muslim. Forget about Zakatul-Fitr. Make life easy for others around you, from your family. Don't expect any good thing from the family. You don't have to wait until they are nice to you before you are nice to them. Ahsin kama ahsanallahu ilayk. Be nice as Allah has been nice to you. Be nice to everyone. After all, Allah is nice to you. Forget about them if they are not nice to you. After all, your Creator has been so nice, has been so kind to you. So be nice to them. You don't have to wait until your family do good to you. They don't appreciate. But Allah appreciates you. They are not nice to you. But Allah is nice to you. He's kind to you. He's generous to you. Be generous to them. Don't expect anything good from your family. And that does not stop you from doing what is required of you Islamically. If someone doesn't greet you when you get home, and you want to share certain things during Ramadan period, you say, give Alaji so, except this and this. red biro. Then this Alaja, red biro. Because he abused my mom the other day. When I came home the last night, she didn't greet me well. Back at Hankali. Give them all. Give your enemy. That will give you and you victory over their attack. That's how it should be. Don't wait until your family are nice to you before you are nice to them. I repeat, after all, your Creator has been so nice to you, has been so kind to you. All of us, we are too heavy. Lighten yourself. You are too heavy. Hundreds of millions in your account. If you check your house now, you'll find like 50 bags of rice. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with 50 bags of rice? Some of our leaders go to their respective homes. They have what do we call it? Warehouse. There's warehouse in their houses. Beans, rice, millet, 100 bags. Some will get spoiled there. Allah will deal with you. Wallahi, you go scot-free before Allah. Some people are hungry. You lock some bags of rice, some bags of beans, everything inside your house. How much will you eat and your family? When we get to your house, after all, your house can accommodate 25 people like us. But you are just 6. In a very big house, when 5 thieves hide themselves in that compound, you won't know because it's too big for you. But if you have plenty people like us, at least 1, 2 people, we say, I recover a movement too because you have enough people in the house. But a very big house that accommodate 20, but you are just 5. Your wife, yourself, and 3 children, with 2 cooks and all those that you send them away in the evening. How will you live a good life? You will never live good life. You will be scared all the time, fear all the time. If you take what is it? All the something is the, what do you call it? The projector, the whatever, is it working? Or you are on something, call security. Why will you be calling security every now and then? When Allah is there to secure you if you do the needful. You know, you can't lock this thing inside and think Allah will be merciful with you. Some you go and throw it away. After 1 year, 6 months or 1 year, you go and throw it away. When people are hungry, fear Allah, fear Allah, fear Allah. Lighten yourself. If you die, you have problem with God. Wallahi lazim, you have problem with God. Give it out because you don't. If I ask anyone, including the speaker, when will I die? When will you die? Can anyone tell me? Tell me when you will die. Somebody can just walk out of this mosque. Before he gets home, Allah takes his life. And that's the end of it. All the plan, shh, on yourself, shh, on your wife, shh, children, nothing again. But the woman to qaddimu li anfusikum min khairin tajiduhu inda Allah. Help people, assist people, feed people, support people, so that Allah can support you on that day when you will be problematic before Allah. And Allah, for one reason or the other, free you from one thing or the other. Wala hawla wala quwwata. Allahu Akbar. Allah is great. Allahu Akbar. Allah is great. Allahu Akbar. Allah is great. La ilaha illallah. There's no one but Him. Allahu Akbar. Allah is great. Subhanallah. Bukratan wa asila. Glory be to Thy name in the early hour and in the late hour. Walhamdulillah, barakatan wa asila. Praises are due to Him once again in the early hour and the late hour. He is Allah that says, "Wal tukmilul hiddata." Let them complete the numbers of days. Wal tukabirullah ala ma hadakum. Let them exalt Allah upon His guidance upon them. Wala'allakum tashkurun, so that you can be grateful to Him. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Bear witness in oneness of Allah, wahdahu la sharika lahu, one and only, without an associate. Wa anna Muhammadan abdu rasuluh, and that of course Muhammad remained the messenger of Allah. Fa ya ibadallah al-abrar, who honorable and righteous servant of Allah. Fa yawm al-eid, yawm al-farah wa surur. Of course, Salah day is a day of happiness, a day where we are expected to rejoice with one another, a day of entertainment. Wa yawm al-shukr, of course, a day of thanksgiving, wa tahmid wa takbir, a day of praises and exalting the name of Allah. وهناك آداب تتعلق بالصلاة العيد ينبغي المسلم أن يلتزمها منها ما يلي. And of course, like I said earlier, everything has laid down rules and regulations. On Salah day, there are certain ethics you are expected to observe for that regard on Salah day. Ibadallah, awalan, the first one, al-istidad lis-salat al-eid bil-iktisal wa jamil al-thiyab. On Salah day, al-iktisal, before you set out to the Eid ground, you are expected to observe ritual bath. That's what we call iktisal. You have to observe ritual bath. After taking the normal bath, then before you leave the bathroom, you observe ritual bath. And after this, you put on a very good and the most expensive of your dress is what I expected to put on Salah day. Amar Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam bitazinu illa al-musalla yawm al-eid. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has ordered everyone to dress gorgeously on Salah day to the Eid ground. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله عنه قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يغتسل يوم الفطر قبل أن يغدو إلى المصلى. Rasulullah do observe ritual bath before he set out for Eid ground. وفي رواية أخرى وكان يلبس أحسن ثيابه. In another relations, Rasulullah do put on his best cloth. That's the first ethic. Number one, ثانيا يسن قبل الخروج إلى صلاة عيد الفطر أن يأكل التمرات وترا ثلاثا أو خمسا أو أكثر من ذلك. الحديث عن أنس كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يقضي يوم الفطر حتى يأكل التمرات ويأكلهن وترا. That another thing is that you should break your fast before coming to Eid ground, at least to mark the Salah day. You are no more fasting for that day, and you are not expected to start your Shita Shawwal that day. So you have to mark it as being a Salah day, a day of festivity. You are expected to break your fast before going out for Eid. And it said here that Rasulullah do take 3 date palms. If you like 5, if you like 7. If you get amala, before you set out, please go ahead. After amala, if I were you, go it down with a glass cup of juice, then 3 tamar. Then 3 date palm. Between it as you are stepping out. Very good. The amala will make you strong. They say you should shake one another, hold one and embrace one another with 3 tamar. That is Rasulullah, because that is the good food they eat at that time. Here, fried rice, chicken. That good food before you leave home. It is good. Then after that food, they 3 tamar, 5 or 7. It is allowed, it is Islamic. Don't make that difficult for us, I beg. Number 3, you send the takbir والجهر به ويسر به النساء يوم العيد من حين يخرج من بيته حتى يأتي المصلى. Then you are expected not to keep quiet while going on Eid ground, to say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allah, and all tasbihat. Just don't keep quiet while going to Eid ground. It is expected of you to exalt the name of Allah, do tasbihat, tahlilat, hawqalat, and salat. Rabi'an, number 4, yusannu an yakhruj illa al-musalla mashyan wa alla yarkab illa min udhr. This one, let's say if you are going to eat, don't ride on any car. Trek to get enough reward. Trek when you are going to eat. I live in Logoguma. And I want to follow Sunnah of Rasulullah. So I want to start trekking from Logogoma to this place, especially to come and lead Salat here. Do you think that is rational? And someone will say, no, it's Sunnah of Rasulullah. Sunnah. What kind of Sunnah? No, you do the right thing. Things that is commonsensical. If I like, maybe if I must do the Sunnah, I want them to drop me at a Chida Hotel. Then I'll start trekking from Chida Hotel to this place. How can someone is coming? I know some of our members will come and observe their Salat here. They are living in Maraba, Nyanyan. You ask them, even AYA, you ask them to start trekking because it's Sunnah. No, Rasulullah is not a fool like you. He knows what he was saying. People who are observing Salah at that time, how many of them that time? How many? All the Muslims. Their population is how many? Are they up to 5,000? That time, not even up to 1,000 at that time. So everybody, they are living almost very close to one another and very close to each ground. That's why Rasulullah said, trek to have more reward. If you use good money to buy fuel in your car, as you are pressing the pedal, the throttle, Allah is rewarding you. Number 5, يسن إذا ذهب إلى الصلاة من طريق أن يرجع من طريق آخر. لحديث جابر الذي أخرجه البخاري. This is another thing again. It's very sunnatic. If you come through this side after salat, you are expected, based on the sunnah, to go this side. If it is easy for you, if you will not be held up with traffic, if it is easy for you. Otherwise, if you are going back through the same way, start reciting a salat for the Prophet. Lobatan. It is good if it is easy for you. La darara wa la dirara wa yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Sadisa, man fatati salata yawm al-Eid ma'a al-muslimin yushra lahu qadawha ala sifatihi li hadith ibn Amir. If you miss the Eid ground and the Eid prayer, you can observe your home, you can pay back. You can pay individually, you can pay congregationally. Sabi'a la basa bil mu'ayada wal mizah was surur bil ma'ruf wa yakula taqabbal Allah minna wa minkum. Yeah, we are expected to rejoice one another, to shake one another, to greet one another, to embrace one another, and to make everyone happy on that day is part of the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inna Allah ya'muru bil ihsan wa ita'i zil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkari wal baghi ya'izukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. This singular ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do mention 3 of his do's and 3 of his don'ts. Whatever Allah says yes to, do say yes to it. Whatever he says no to, say no to it. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. تب علينا يا مولانا إنك التواب الرحيم. واغفر لنا وارحمنا إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون. سلام على المرسلين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.
من قبل لفي ضلال